Greetings and welcome to Tierra Firmé, an underwater archaeological recovery project. But wait, let us rewind this movie and return to a page in history over 400 years ago. Columbus is a page in history that we are all too familiar with. The years following the discovery of the New World, however, is another story. When Columbus returned, his discovery of the New World was heralded as a triumph for Spain. The riches that would be recovered by Spain in the New World altered the balance of power and changed the economy in Europe forever. Within one generation of Columbus's discovery, the people of the New World would come to know another fate. By 1520, the entire Aztec Empire and the whole of Mexico would succumb to the bloody reign of Cortés and his conquistadores. Most of the South America lay virgin territory, while Cortés plundered Mexico. In the highlands of Peru lived a highly complex civilization, the Inca. The Inca had elaborate road systems, road suspension bridges, and transported material goods on the back of llamas. They commanded waterways with sophisticated boats crafted from straw. The Inca possessed an advanced knowledge of metalworking, sculpting, and masonry. Gold, silver, copper, bronze, and tin were effortlessly cast and hammered into ornaments, weaponry, and tools. Religion among the Inca was highly formalized. Their supreme deity was Viracocha, which means the feathered serpent. Other deities represented the sun, moon, earth, sea, and stars, which governed Inca daily life. It is apparent from their many exquisite art forms that the Inca produced a rich body of folklore. Perhaps the most impressive feature of the Incas was their vast temples and megalithic architecture. Many stones weighed 10 tons or more and fit together like puzzle pieces. By design, these structures compare significantly to the Egyptians, Mayan, and ancient civilizations. Atop a mountain lays the most prominent city of the Inca, Machu Picchu. In 1526, Francisco Pizarro and his brother Hernando led an expedition along the western shores of South America. It was then that he discovered the great Inca Empire. Inca mistook the Spaniards as a return to their god Viracocha and his army. When he returned to Spain, Pizarro requested royal aid from King Charles V. Pizarro amassed an army and returned to conquer the Inca in 1530. When Pizarro reached Peru, the Inca were bound in a civil war between two ruling half-brothers, Atahualpa and Huáscar. Pizarro's army began their conquest in a divided nation and took from the pagan Inca people at will. This practice had been ordained as God's right by the Spanish royalty. In several villages, the conquistadores found vast quantities of gold. These finds increased their effort to dominate the Inca. Pizarro pushed his army into war with the Inca. Atahualpa would not succumb until all the stolen treasures had been returned. Eventually, he became the prisoner of Pizarro. Under the Inquisition, Atahualpa revealed the location of many riches to Pizarro. He gave Pizarro more silver than 10,000 men could carry. The Inca people brought the Spaniards a ransom of gold, silver, and riches artfully formed by their hands. The ransom amassed several thousand pounds of gold. Atahualpa was put to death. It has been recorded that the Spanish left Peru for the ports of the Tierra Firmé with 12,000 llamas, each carrying 100 pounds of gold. Many gold artifacts were so large and so heavy they required 10 men just to move them. Like so many cultures before them, the precious Inca artifacts were destined for the smelters and likely reduced to coins, ingots, gold finger bars, and silver bullion for loading onto the treasure galleons. During the era of Spanish rule in the New World, hundreds of ships from the treasure fleets never returned to Spain. Many capsized, burned, or lost in battle. Some veered from the Florida Channel and wrecked on the coral reefs of the Bahamas. Over 500 years of ships' manifests are stored at the Archivios de General in Seville, Spain. A perfect record of every Spanish ship and its contents can be found on file here. When items are recovered from a site expedition, they can be cross-referenced to the manifest in Seville, such as the dagger handle found on the Duque Nau Frigado. Tiera Firmé has conducted over 10 years of research in the archives and on the Bahama banks. 2 ships have been located, their identities confirmed, and their contents now known to us. The Inca legacy is alive, and it lies on the coral reefs of the Bahama banks. The Bahamas have grown throughout the years to become one of the most sought-after vacation spots in the world, enjoying in excess of 3.5 million tourists annually. Located just 60 miles from the Florida coast and perched on top of an undersea mountain range, the Emerald Isles of the Bahamas remain a virtual paradise to this day, with its endless array of sandy beaches and crystal clear waters. Today's explorers generally find themselves partaking of the resort hotels, casinos, and festivities such as Junkanoo and Goombay. The festive atmosphere is contagious, and few are not drawn into its magic. The greatest treasure of the Bahamas is still its beautiful oceans, second only to the friendly natives. For years, sport divers have known the vast undersea world the Bahamas possess. 200-foot visibility, exotic virgin coral reefs, and a kaleidoscopic panorama of aquatic life forms are but a few of her attractions. The friendly, playful dolphin interfaces with the species humanoid, while the predator shark shares equal time and space, creating an awe the sports diving industry of the Bahamas has grown on. One of the most exciting adventures known to man has attracted today's diver to the Bahamas. For over 500 years, weather and war has littered the banks of the Bahamas with countless shipwrecks from an era long gone. Gold, Spanish doubloons, silver, jewels worth a king's ransom. The Bahama Shoal, after centuries, will now release what was lost at sea so long ago. It was the year 1551, and yet another ship wrecks on the Bahama banks, the Duque Nau Frigado. The crews of Tierra Firmé deploy their salvage fleet to arrive at West End Marina Grand Bahama Island. After clearing the Bahamian Customs Office, the salvage platform proceeds towards a salvage site, passing Memory Rock, the last outcrop of the Bahama Banks. This becomes a datum point for 160 square miles of historic shipwrecks. During an aerial operation, 1,500-foot elevations afford us the opportunity to video timbers of the Nuestra Senora de la Maravilla. Towed Celsium proton magnetometer, state-of-the-art technology, gives us the capability to detect ferrous metals submerged beneath the sands. The Melian system, a Sun computer, enhances our capabilities for systematic plotting of a magnetometer, side scan, and three-dimensional sub-bottom profiling, decreasing search and survey time considerably. Star Trek, a prototype pulse induction system, rapidly covers large, deep areas. Divers are next deployed for physical site location confirmation, utilizing pulse induction, discriminating metal detectors, and handheld blowers. 25th century exotic diving systems, designed by a principle of Tierra Firmé, pit man and technology against the awesome forces of the sea. Custom computer programs record and tracks Tierra Firmé divers' downtime and returns divers safely to the surface. Staffed videographers and photographers visually record the historic recoveries to enhance future profitability and documentation. The unmanned Little Geek records site exploration remotely from the surface. Now the heart of the expedition commences. Enter the infamous mailbox, stage left. Mailboxes are generically utilized to remove massive quantities of sand in precision patterns, revealing artifacts from a historical time capsule. Cannons everywhere, and anchors too, are indeed elusive treasures to find. Vacuum excavation requires a skillful hand. But the real finds of the recovery are oftentimes the smallest. Airlifting is a daily routine for site recoveries. Topside lift systems bring the artifacts aboard. Artifacts, large and small, command the necessity for in situ and base preservation labs. Tierra Firmé is poised to once again set foot on Spanish galleons and retrieve what was lost at sea so long ago. We invite you to join us.